Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Volcanion from Pokemon. Let's get started at the lower half of our page with the eyes. So we move over to the left side and draw an angled line. From the outside we're going to come down and then in. Let's leave a gap in the center and do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to line up the inside, angle up, and then out. Now we want to tuck the eyes in underneath the eyelid. So from the end we want to step in, draw a half oval, coming down, and then back up towards the inside of the eyelid. Let's do the same thing on the right side. From the outside of the eyelid, we're going to draw a short line coming down the side. Now we're going to go out with a very short line. Now we're going to come down at an angle down towards the bottom edge of the eye. Now we're going to draw two smaller half ovals on the inside edge of the eye. Starting at the top on the left, we're going to curve down and then back up towards the inside of the eye. Do the same thing on the right. Now let's draw two small circles on the inside for the pupils. Now we want to add that detail along the top of each eye. Starting on the left, we're going to step up, we're going to curve down in towards the eye and back in. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now from the inside, I'm going to curve up, out, and then down. I'm going to draw an angled line from the inside to the outside. Now let's move out and draw on the side of the head. From the top corner of the eye, we're going to step up. I'm going to curve around the eye, down, and then in. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving around the eye, and then just pulling that in. Now we're going to draw two angled lines coming up and in towards the eye. Now we're going to come down. We're going to come down a little bit further in the center. Starting on the left, we'll come down in the middle, and then back up on the right. Let's add two curves to the nostril. On the left side, we're going to curve in and then down. On the right, we're going to go in the opposite direction. Now let's move out and draw on the jaw. On the left side of the head, we're going to draw an angled line coming down and out. Do that on both sides. Now from here, we want to curve in and then down. Just pull that down to right about there. Now we're going to draw another curve going up and then in. We're going to leave a small gap in the center. So we're going to start on the left, we're going to go across and then down. And then from here we're going to come down towards the center point. Starting on the left, we'll come down at an angle, back up on the right side. Now from the center point, I'm going to draw a short line going up about halfway towards the mouth. Now we're going to move back up and draw on the ears. From the top of the head, we're going to draw an angled line going up and out towards the left, then up and out towards the right. Now we're going to curve down and in behind the head. So on the left side, we'll come down and then curve that in. Now we're going to go back up to the tip of the ear. We're going to curve in and then down towards the top of the head. Stop right about there. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with a curve, going up the middle and then back down. Now we're going to tuck the body in behind the head. So we're going to start in the center, just above the head. We're going to draw a straight line going up towards the top. Now from here, I want to curve out and down in behind the ear. I'm just going to pull that down, and we'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we want to continue this curve on the outside of the ear, coming around towards the side of the body. So let's start just over here on the left, curve out, around the jaw, and we'll just pull that in to right about there. We'll do the same thing on the right, curving around that point, and then in. We're going to add a socket on the inside. Starting from this point, I'm going to curve in, and we'll pull that down. Now let's connect these 2 points with two angled lines coming down towards the center point. And then from that center point, we're going to draw a straight line coming up underneath the chin. Now Now let's move back out towards the socket. We're going to take this point here, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. Curving out, and then back in towards the bottom of the socket. Now we're going to add 2 curves in this little section here. Starting from the top, we're going to curve up and over. Now we're going to come down towards the bottom and draw that same curve. Let's do the opposite on the right. Starting with the inside, and then we'll move up and draw that same curve. Now let's move back up and draw that large ring on the back. We're going to start on the left side. We're going to draw a circle going around and back in towards the right side. So we'll start out here, curve out, around, up towards the top. Now we're going to pull this back in on the right side. Coming around, and then in. Now we're going to draw a larger circle on the outside. So we start at the bottom of the ear, curve out, and then up. And we want to try to leave an even space gap all the way around. All the way to the top. Now I just want to bring this down just below the ear on the right side. We're going to move up to the top in the center and draw a sideways oval. Starting from the top, curve out toward the left, round out the bottom, then back up towards the top. We're going to draw a straight line going across just in behind this oval. So we're going to start at the top, come down, and then continue below the oval. Let's add 2 half ovals, one along the top and one along the bottom. So we're going to line up with the edge of this oval, curve up, and then down, and then we'll go in the opposite direction just below inside the ring. Coming down, and then up. We're going to move to the side and draw 2 circles, one on the left, and then we'll line this up on the right side. Now we're going to add a curved trim along the side here. Starting on the left, we're going to curve in and then down towards the inside of the ring. We're going to step down and just trace that just below it. Let's do the same thing on the right. So we're going to line this up, curving up and then out, and trace it along the bottom. Now we're going to move down and draw 2 more circles. On the left side, and then over on the right. Now we're going to step down and draw another trim. So we're starting on the inside, curve out, and then down. We'll step down, just follow that same curve. Let's do the same thing on the right. So we're going to line this up, curving out, and then down. We'll draw that twice. Now we draw 1 more set of circles along the bottom, starting on the left. And then we'll move over towards the right. Now we're going to add a trim on the outside of the body. So right here we're going to step out, curve in behind the ear, and then we'll continue to the inside of the ring. Now we're going to add a series of knobs on the outside of the ring. So from this circle we're going to step up. On the left side we're going to angle up and in, go in the opposite direction on the right side. Now we'll connect these 2 points with a straight line. Let's do the opposite on the right side. Coming in, then we'll close off the top. Let's do the same thing with the outside. Starting on the left, angle down and out, and go up and out, and connect it with a straight line. Let's do the same thing on the right. And then we'll do 1 more set along the bottom. Coming down and in. Now we're going to take that and flip it over on the right. Now let's move back down and draw on the arms. We're going to start with the shoulders first. Starting on the left side of the body, we're going to curve out and then back in towards the side of the body. Let's line this up on the right, curve out in the opposite direction, back in towards the body. Now from the bottom of the shoulder, we're going to step out, curve out, and then down. Now we're going to work our way down towards the bottom of the feet. From this point, we're going to curve out and then back in. From here, we're going to draw a short angled line coming out and down towards the claws. Let's go back to the left side and draw 3 claws. We're gonna start with the socket. We draw a half circle going up and down. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Let's do the same thing on the right. From the outside of the socket, we're going to draw a short angle line going up and out on both sides. Now I'm going to curve the arm coming in and then back out. I'm going to go up to right about there. I'm going to connect these 2 points with a curve, coming down and then back up. Let's do the same thing on the right. We're going to curve in and then back out to connect these 2 points with a curve. From the outside of the arm, we're going to draw 2 angle lines coming up towards the center point. So let's start on the left. Angle up and in. Now we'll come down towards the inside of the arm. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now let's draw the outside of the arm going in towards the shoulder. We're going to take this curve, we're going to step out, just duplicate that curve going in behind the shoulder. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Let's draw a knob on the back side of the arm. So we're going to leave a gap in the center. On either side, we're going to angle in towards each other. And then we'll close off the top with a straight angled line. Let's do the same thing on the right, leaving a gap in the middle. And then we'll close off the top with a straight line. Now let's move back down and draw in the claws. We're going to take these 2 points, we're going to curve down and in towards the center. And then back up. We're going to do the same thing with the outside and inside. Move over to the right and do the same thing, starting with the center claw. Now we want to draw the hind legs in behind. So we start right on the inside of this curve. We're going to curve in and back out. Do the same thing on the right side. Now from the inside, we want to draw a short angle line going out towards the socket. Now we're going to draw 2 sockets going out in behind the front leg. Go up and then down. We'll do that 1 more time. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now let's add the first claw. Starting from this point in the center, we'll curve down and in. We'll pull that back up. Now going back to that starting point, we're going to curve down in behind the front claw. Let's do the same thing on the right. Let's go back up to the top of the hind leg, curve up, and then out in behind the front arm. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to step down and just curve the top of the leg in behind the body. Now the last thing we're going to do is add a trim along the top and bottom of the arm. So we're going to start at the top, we're going to follow the same curve of the shoulder, coming in, and then out here, we're just going to draw a straight angled line. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving the top, angling the bottom, and that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Volcanion from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.